Let's head to the voicemail of Truth and Reason.
Yes, this is Daryl from Dixon. I'm not seeing the Hunter appeal. He played for Colorado just like Shedeur did. Who did they really play defensively? Who did he really cover as a corner? It looks to me like you're only as good as the competition you play. He dominated bad competition. I'm just not feeling it. I want somebody from a proven conference that goes against real competition week in and week out. Maybe I'm missing something. I think the guy also has an injury history. He's a smallish corner, so that scares me. I say beef up the pass rush. Our secondary is going to look a whole lot better if you got two guys like Myles Garrett running around out there chasing people. Y'all have a good day.
As always, appreciate all of the voicemails. Yeah, Casey, I get the thought. I'm Abdul Carter intrigues me, but Hunter's an athlete. I do share the concern. He's a little slight of frame, and I would be concerned relative to injuries, but the athleticism's off the charts. Ball skills are ridiculously good.
Yeah, and this has been known since he was in high school. He was the #1 recruit coming out of high school before, he went to Jackson State, then went with Dion to Colorado. But you can only play who's on your schedule, so I really can't fault him for that. He dominated against who he dominated against. We've seen this in the past with several other prospects. My concern with him is, are you the best at either of your positions? If I had to take one wide receiver, I would probably take Tet McMillan over Hunter. If I had to take one corner, I would probably take Will Johnson over Hunter. And how does a team see his role being in the league? Because if I'm him, I want to play wide receiver because the 20th wide receiver paid in the league makes as much as the fifth best corner. There's a gap there. And does a team feel confident that he can go both ways? And if so, what's the ratio? Is he going to play a third of the defensive snaps and half it off? It just gets weird. So it becomes, you have to have a plan for a player like that, and the player then has to buy into said plan, to get the most out of him. So I just kind of don't know where he's at. When I look at his coverage abilities, I see him as a zone corner. If you're Cleveland, how much zone do you plan on running to feature someone like him when you have a Denzel Ward on the outside and a Martin Emerson who can play press man? So there's a lot of moving parts there. I know a lot of people view him as generational, and if the Browns view him as generational, they'd be foolish to pass him up. I just don't know if I see that in that specific prospect right now.
Yeah, and I get your concern. A lot of times, guys get caught in between. Is he a linebacker? Is he a safety? Well, it's even more so. Is he a really good corner? Is he a really good wide receiver? All things that will be answered during the combine and the draft process.